Hello, it is that time of the month again. Oh, not that time of the month. Welcome to the September wrap up. No, that's not right either. Welcome to the September reset. Listen, I'm going to do an annoying disclaimer. For those of you who hate the thought of fall in September, you don't even want to hear talks of fall until October, you may want to skip this reset because I'm doing definitely a fall-based reset for me. I start romanticizing fall because where I live, fall is just an idea and a concept. In September, I've always done that. I love decorating for fall in September and getting those fall vibes started early because I feel like fall is one of the shortest months. No. What is going on? I feel like fall is one of the shortest seasons and it is my favorite season by far. So I like to, you know, like squeeze as much of it out as possible. And I understand some people don't like fall. If you're a summer lover, fall, the start of fall probably is so sad for you. But I start thinking about fall in September because to me, when I would go back to school, like August was still summer, but as soon as September started, that was like the fall semester in my head. And that's just kind of engraved there. And that's how I go about my life. If you are not one of those people, maybe I'll catch you next month. I have a little reset to-do list of everything we're going to be doing in today's video. So that includes obviously doing all of my Notion setup, making my Spotify fall playlist, doing the start of it. Obviously I add to it as fall goes on, but I'm wanting to get into those vibes. We're going to make my September TBR in this video. Obviously we're going to fill out the book journal. I'm going to make my mood board for September, plan and schedule out videos. There are a few pages within my Notion that I want to update that I talked about in my last reset, which is to fill out and update my physical TBR / fill out the books that I bought in 2024. Kind of need to go through those lists on my Notion and fill out, you know, what books off the physical TBR have been read and also fill out what books I bought in 2024. We're doing all of those in today's video. For right now, I've spent the morning planning out my fall 2024 TBR. I've started to see these videos pop up on my recommended, and obviously with it being September next month, that's kind of the start of my fall reading because I would say I think it's fall from September to obviously like the end of November. Once we're done with Black Friday, it's Christmas to me, so then we're in the winter time. From September to Thanksgiving, it is fall to me and it's giving all of the fall vibes. I kind of made up my fall TBR that I'm going to film later today. What I am planning on doing today is to plan out content. This is the last week of August. I'm literally talking about how I am romanticizing fall and I can't wait for it to be fall, but I'm actually going on a family vacation like in September to the beach. So I'm going to be thinking about fall, but we're going to be at the beach. But we're probably going to bring the fall vibes to the beach, okay? Because every year we do family vacation in September. That's kind of funny and a little silly. Since I'm going to be gone, I want to plan out everything that I have to do within this last week of August / kind of first few days of September to have all of the content done and accounted for while I'm gone, because I want to have a vacation where I just sit and do nothing. Because usually on my vacations I bring work with me, and like I'll still have work with me and post while I'm there, but like not editing or anything. I just want to be able to like sit and read, like just a vacation where I'm literally, that's all I'm doing, not worrying about doing videos and stuff. So that means that we're going to be doing a lot of planning this week, filming and making sure I have plenty of content ready to go for while I'm gone. So today's main goal, I think, is to plan out content and what I need to be doing the next week and stuff like that. I also think I'm going to update my Notion. I don't know if I'm going to do the regular stuff to start over a month. I don't know, because once I get into the Notion, I think today the main goals that I have is to plan out all of the content and videos, and then also fill out the physical TBR and books that I bought in 2024. I'm sure once I get into my Notion and get in the groove, I'll want to do like all of the spreads and the mood boards and stuff. So we shall see about that. Also, I have videos and stuff to film today and I want to clean the house. So I may take a break really quick because I have been sitting down at my desk for a while. I may take a break and kind of clean up the house a little bit and then come back to planning out everything and filming and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do that for a little bit and then we'll come plan out the content. So that's what's going on for right now. I'm very excited. September is the start of fall for me and everybody has their fall drinks out right now. So this is going to be fun and exciting. I did get a coffee this morning that is not a fall drink and is watered down, unfortunately, but these are good on their own. I feel a whole lot better because I just cleaned the house. It's swept, it's mopped, laundry is laundrying. We have the air fresheners. It smells like pumpkin. Step one in what I'm going to do is I actually think I'm going to do 2 things at a time. I'm going to brainstorm September video ideas. Of course, I already have some up here that I think of throughout the month as the month kind of goes awry and away from me. I think I'm going to let September be more of a mood reading month, so I think I'm going to try to build some videos around the concept of me just reading whatever I want. I feel like for the past like few months I've been building my TBR to videos, so it's like I'll think of a video idea and then I'll get books for it instead of just like looking to my physical TBR and making a video for my physical TBR. I think I'm gonna let September be a mood read month, also just because I've actually though, like in the past month, in August specifically, with the themed videos I did, I found books that I absolutely love and I found a lot of good reads, but I feel like before then, especially in July, I was definitely burning myself out from reading because I was making these videos with themes, but instead of trying to make videos where I got to pick what I wanted to read, I would make these videos and then go seek out books for the video that weren't on my radar. It doesn't mean that the books wouldn't be good, but it then makes it feel like you're not reading books that you like wanted to read in the first place. So then it just turned into a whole thing. So now I'm trying to brainstorm some ideas that brings some mood reads my way. I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to build my Spotify playlist. Guys, there's going to be multiple things happening because I'm probably going to have a YouTube video on my laptop. I'm going to be on my computer making a Spotify playlist, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to be thinking of ideas and stuff that I want for September. Once I have the video ideas down, that's when I start planning out when I want those filmed and kind of what the month is going to look like. That's what we're going to do, but first of all, I'm going to build a playlist. Also, my Spotify is always linked down below if anybody is ever interested. I really need to update multiple different profiles. I need to update all of my Instagram, YouTube, and also Spotify because I am blonde and that's no longer me. My top artists this month: Taylor Swift, Fleetwood Mac, Sabrina Carpenter, Harry Styles, The Neighborhood, Hall & Oates, Gracie Abrams, and Noah Kahan. Oh my gosh, it shows you your top tracks of the month. It shows them. Let's see what they are. My top tracks of April: number 1 is Chloe, Sam, Sophia, or Marcus. Number 2 is Time of Your Life, Good Riddance by Green Day. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I have been having a life crisis to that song. So, Guilty as Sin, pulling in at number 3. Okay, she's still living there. Fortnite. I've actually been loving listening to Fortnite lately, which is a weird turn of events. Fresh Out the Slammer. Yeah. Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. Cardigan. I fear Cardigan is always in my top 10. Cardigan is a no-skip song for me. My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, Satellite, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. That's all my top 10. Okay, what does this say about me this month? Playlist is too long. Okay, Destiny. The air is crisp and I have a coffee and book. Wait. The air is crisp and I have a coffee and book in hand. That's the vibe I'm going to go with. I have one song on this so far, and that is Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. Tell me that is not the most, we have to add it. Man, that is so good. Okay, we're adding that to a playlist. The air is crisp and I have a coffee in my hand. Where do I go from here? Fleetwood Mac rules fall for me. Let's go to a nice This Is Fleetwood Mac playlist. They usually have all the ones that I want. time for the segment of my September TBR. Now, through all of the prep, I have my TBR behind me of all of the books that are on my radar. I know that it's probably annoying to listen to me always do a disclaimer before I show my TBR for a month, but that is because like people are always like, there's no way you're reading all of those. These are just ones according to videos or mood reading that I would have on my radar for the month. I don't have a strict TBR, this is just like what I felt like reading. So some of these are for videos, so you will see books read for videos, but most of these are just mood reads. First of all, I have 3 of my blind dates with a book that I have. This is going to be one of the first reading vlogs that I film. It's actually probably going to be one of the reading vlogs that I pre-filmed to be posted while I'm away, so I'm actually very excited for these. I have 3 of them, got them from the Strand. I'm not going to show you what they are because that's the purpose of the video, but I really hope it's not any books that I have already. But then we have all of the books behind me in this stack. A lot of these are honestly on my fall TBR, and I took some of them from the fall TBR, and if I could read all of these, we would be knocking down the fall TBR. I would love if I could read all of the books on my fall TBR. First of all, I have One Star Romance. The 2 of them are in a wedding together. I think he's the best man, she's the maid of honor, and she actually finds out that he left a 1-star review of her book. Listen, that's the drama that I'm here for. Haunted Ever After, she basically buys this house in Florida that's haunted. I think he takes her on like ghost tours and stuff around the beach town. Seems beachy, fun, and a little spooky, and it's the perfect segue romance for right now of like the last remnants of summer and going into the fall time. I'm going to try to pick up Not in Love Again by Ali Hazelwood. I have tried to pick this up a few times. I have never gotten through it. Oh, we have the fan art that's peeking out. Obviously, we all know this is Ali Hazelwood's most recent release. This one is like, I think she's in, I forget what it is. Eli comes in and they want to take the company that she works for, and she doesn't want him to take the company. I think it's the whole entire thing. Just last night, I think this is like a road trip, but there's some emotional depth to it. Honestly, it seems like it's like a group of friends, but then in an instant their lives are changed. I don't want to know why their lives are changed. Sometimes I feel like the back of the book gives away too much information. I know it's annoying because if I talk about a book, or if I am like, oh, I'm gonna read this book, and I notice myself that I don't ever talk about the synopsis, but that is because I feel like the synopsis sometimes gives away the book, so I try to give you the basic information because I know a lot of people, like majority of people, like to go in pretty blind into books, and I am one of those people. So just last night, road trip, friends, something. Then we have The Fiancé Dilemma. This is the second book in the little like companion series that's going on. I don't know if it actually has a series name, but I read The Long Game, which is the one before this one, and I remember getting a glimpse of the couple at the end, and I was really excited. I think they have to like, they're fake engaged. Then we have Love of My Afterlife. This one I'm really excited for. I feel like I've been seeing so many people talk about it, and this cover is literally one of my favorites of the year. Basically, she dies. She meets a guy in the afterlife. They hit it off. Somebody's like, wait, he's not supposed to be here. And then he gets sent back, and then she gets sent back, and she wants to find him. The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This is the next Kristen Hanna book that I want to dive into. I don't know why I want to go into this one over The Great Alone. Those are the 2 I feel like that are talked about the most, other than The Nightingale, which I have read, and I've read The Women by Kristen Hanna, so now I'm going into her other really popular books. Next, we're going into some fantasies. These are for videos. We're getting into that fantasy mood, everybody. First of all, we have An Ember in the Ashes. I need to learn some more about this series because I got these because I went to Barnes & Noble and the covers were doing that thing where they like make a picture, and I just really, the covers scratched an itch in my brain for some reason. I really like the covers of these books, so I bought them based on the covers. Never claimed to be perfect. I feel like I hear people talk about how much they enjoy this series. Also, I think these are newer covers. I feel like I have heard of this before, but with a different cover. Kind of want to look up the older covers if there are one, and I want to stop saying the word cover. The Poppy War. This one's pretty ambitious of me because I've heard that there's just so much to this book and series, and that it's pretty heavy. I personally do not go in checking trigger warning. I have been told to before getting into this book, which is kind of scary to me because it's like, what's going to happen? You hear how I stuttered a little bit? I'm scared. I have heard literally nothing but great things about this book and how much everybody loves the book. The Poppy War. We're going to dive into it. Fear the Flames. Now this one, you see little dragons on the front. They're going to attempt to pull off the greatest heist the world has ever known. 5 people all united through revenge will have to transcend the odds stacked against them and infiltrate the impenetrable castle if they want to reap their rewards before someone reaps their soul. So it's giving heist. That's actually really interesting. I did not know that about this book. Scythe, this is one where it is a dystopian world where humanity has transcended everything. There's no more hunger, there's no death, like they're not affected by anything, but the Scythe, they're the only way that somebody can die. I don't know what's going to happen in this book, but again, I've heard great things about it and I feel like I've been recommended this so much. We have Lightlark. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game, where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. I know that the author like kind of marketed this as Hunger Games-esque. We shall see. I hear a lot of people talk about the second book, which is partly the reason why I want to pick this one up, because I want to get to the second book, which is Nightbane. Also, I have decided to do a reread of Throne of Glass this fall. Doing it very slow. I'm not trying to do it fast, but obviously I love Throne of Glass so much that who knows, like once you really get into the series again, I just really want to revisit the characters. I plan on making a whole entire series documenting it because I didn't read it for the first time. I wish I would have documented. I did. Well, I think I read Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. In this video, I need to go revisit. I know I at least read Kingdom of Ash, but I feel like I read Tower of Dawn, not Empire of Storms. Oh, it is Empire of Storms. Why did I think that that wasn't the name? That sounded really weird to me. And then I read Kingdom of Ash, but I want to go back and make a complete like reading vlog for everybody. So in September, I want to reread The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. I take a deep breath when I say this because the reading order is so heavily talked about every time I talk about Throne of Glass. The way I read it is reading The Assassin's Blade first and then going into the rest of Throne of Glass. A lot of people read this as the third book. The reason I read this is because it's a prequel, and the way that my brain works is that I cannot read a prequel. Well, no, but I actually... This is going to sound silly. I actually read this third, but I always say that I wish I would have read it first because it was a prequel. I feel like I read this in a video too, though. I feel like I sporadically was reading the Throne of Glass books throughout multiple videos, because now that I'm thinking about it, I remember reading Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire in a video too. Now I have to go and look for that after I'm done filming this clip, because I feel like I sporadically read those through vlogs, but I wish I would have read this as a prequel. If I was reading the series again for the first time, that's how I would read it. You read it how you like, and you recommend it how you like. That's how I recommend it. So I will be rereading these two, maybe even more, but I highly doubt it, but I want to reread them. On the same topic of rereads, I really have been wanting to reread Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Now, when this first came out in 2022, I was obsessed with it, and I was obsessed with Charlie Lastra. I remember not shutting up about him for months afterwards. And so I've been really wanting to reread it just because I feel like I talk so much about Happy Place and Beach Read. I remember like really enjoying Book Lovers, but I want to like revisit it because for some reason I can't remember very clearly about what I felt about it, so I want to reread this. Then we have Dishonestly Yours by Krista and Becca Ritchie. These next ones are some new releases that I have been sitting on, but I feel like I have not got the chance to just sit down and read these new releases yet, and I cannot wait to just sit down and read them. Dishonestly Yours is one of them. This is Krista and Becca Ritchie's new series, and if you guys don't know, they're the authors of the Addicted series. That's one of my favorite books of all time. I love that series so much, so I know that they have the talent and capability of making characters that I am very attached to, so I want to see how this one goes. One that I am so excited for because I love this series so much, and this is the 4th book in it. This is Play Along. I was obsessed with Caught Up. I'm pretty sure Caught Up is literally in like my favorites of 2023 video. Like, I loved that book. I've been waiting for this book since Caught Up came out, and it is finally here, and I have not got to read it yet. This is about the guy in Caught Up. It's his brother, and I remember reading the end of Caught Up and I was like, I cannot wait for this book. This is gonna get good. Even just the couple and like the circumstances that you learn in Caught Up that you know are going to be in this book. I am so excited. It is a sports romance. He plays baseball. She works for the baseball team. I think she's like, I forget what she is. I don't know if she's a trainer. I don't know what she is. I don't know. I can't remember, but she works for the same team. Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. I think, are they both in the same orchestra? Yeah, so this is the same author of Forget Me Not, and I enjoyed that book. It wasn't like amazing, but I've heard amazing things about this one. The X-Files. So I read You with a View at the start of this year, and I remember seeing that the author was coming out with a new book, and I could not wait to read it. And I've actually heard that this one is so good. I have recently been wanting to get into my small town romance kick, which actually Wild Eyes comes out in September, which is also on this month's TBR. I will be reading that as soon as it is released. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure it gets released literally the first week of September, so I will be reading that on vacation. So I'm so excited. I love that Chestnut Springs. Like, I'm very into the small town romances, and I actually got sent this by Catherine Cowles. This is Fragile Sanctuary. I got the regular copy, and she was so kind to send me a special edition of it that I showed in my bookshelf to her that always makes me want to read this book so much. And this is part of the Sparrow Falls, and on the back it says, hate to love, age gap, grumpy sunshine, forced proximity, brother's best friend, broken hero, ex-profiler, touch her and die vibes, hilarious grandma, found family, small town. Seems interesting. I also have the Breakup Pact. Now, I think these two have been friends for a while. Yeah, they were best friends as teenagers until they weren't. Humiliating breakups with their exes that spread like wildfire across TikTok rabbit holes. A photo of them together on the internet convinced they're a couple with so many people rooting for them. They decided to put aside their rocky past and make a pact to fuel the fire, pretending to date because her shop needs to get back on its feet and make Levi's ex realize that she made a mistake. Now, I do have a thing about going into this. Usually when it's like, let's fake date to make my ex jealous, it can either be like, that's a ruse of like, that person actually just likes that other person. They're saying I need to make my ex jealous, but it's really just for the chance to like fake date them. Or it can really be, I think this happened to me with Lynn Painter's, yeah, Happily Never After. I was like, no, you're just obsessed with your ex. There's no way I'm rooting for this romance. Like, just get back with your ex then. Now, I said I was in the small town romance mood. We have The Bride by Debney Perry. We also have Ellen Hildebrand's The Perfect Couple. Usually when I go on a vacation, I like to read Ellen Hildebrand. I have this one because the show is about to come out, and you guys know how I am. I have to read the book before I watch any type of media. This is Our Scorching Summer. I feel like there was another cover of this that was going around. I can remember everybody talking about this book like last year, and I actually was kindly sent this by the author. We have Sandwich. This is a more literary novel. It literally is like a family vacation in Cape Cod, and it is so short. We also have The Wedding People. I actually have not seen a whole lot of talk around this one, but it's one that I'm very excited for. And then lastly, we have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This is their new release. I tried to read this. I literally have the bookmark still in it. Let's see how far in I got. I got about 30 pages in. That's how far I got into it. I put it down because I wasn't loving it, but I was only 30 pages in, so I wasn't forming a strong opinion. I was just like, I'll finish this at another time. And then I feel like I've been seeing people say good things about it, so it made me want to read it. That's my September TBR, folks. Hello, everybody. It is that time of the month again. A part of the reset is redoing, or not redoing. Honestly, this probably could do with some redoing. Flipping through this, I do not love what I've done with my reading journal. As one of you commented on my last video where I talked about my reading journal, somebody called it a mess. I'm very painfully aware. So I sketched out all of the spreads. So these are my August analytics spreads. I'm actually going to color these in because it's literally, I think we still have 2 days left of the month, and I actually am filming a reading vlog right now, so I'm gonna wait till that one is over and fill this out and like just glue down the books. But I sketched out my August analytics page, August reads page, then we have the September spread. Obviously you guys can't see this fully yet. We're getting into the fall spreads, which I'm so excited for. My September spreads are the beginning of my fall spreads. So we have September, then I put my September TBR. I did my own little like fall TBR spread. We're doing that as well. And then obviously what would be after this is the book clubs pick, which I may just go ahead and sketch that out right now. Book clubs pick, and then after that it's like September analytics and then September reads, and then, you know, do everything else. So I'll probably do that going into October. So the last thing I'm going to sketch out is the book club pick, which I don't have selected yet. I'll fill that out when I'm like gluing down everything for what I read in August. But I am about to go in and start coloring in everything. I'm actually listening to the audiobook of City of Ashes right now. Y'all, I am literally bound and determined to get through these next 2 books and then go into the Infernal Devices and then come back to the Mortal Instruments. I'm going to continue listening to this. I'm going to sketch out book clubs pick really quick, and then I'm going to start coloring in everything. Welcome to the end of this reset video. I thought for us to end off the video, I would go through my Notion with you guys. I always do this. Like, I'm sorry if you get tired of seeing like the Notion over and over again, but I always do this because there are multiple things that I like update within the Notion as the months go on. And also I, in this video, updated the physical TBR, like all of that stuff. So let's just dive into it. If you don't want to see all of this, then thank you so much for watching. This is the end of this reset because I'm pretty sure I have done everything. I actually think I'm gonna have to cut out some of the little pieces and like fill out the August analytics in my reading journal, but you know. Oh, we can do a flip through of that really quick, so don't go away quite yet. Also, I have my windows literally wide open and people are walking their dogs and they can just see me filming, which is kind of humbling. I tried really hard this month to not make my reading journal a hot mess. This is my August analytics page. Obviously I have to fill it out with like how many books I read, pages, average rating, all of that stuff right here, but this is the spread for it. And then you go over here, this is my August read spread. Did some little doodles, like end of summer type doodles, like how there's like green little leaves and like all of the greenery of like little end of summer things. I thought it was really cute. This is my September little spread. We have hello fall, all of the little fall type things, and this little spread. And then this is the September TBR. I organized it into like all of the romance right here. This is like kind of just general fiction, and then we go into the fantasies that I have on my TBR this month, and I thought that this one looked pretty good. I really like the little fall things that we got going on. And then I made a spread for my fall TBR. So this is everything that we talked about on my fall TBR, and I just made little fall little doodles on the page. Also separated them into categories, like we have like all of the fiction, some like thriller, mystery, nonfiction, romance, fantasy. And then this isn't filled out yet because I was waiting on the September book pick, but it's actually Daydream by Hannah Grace. So I'll put that right here when I update it. So that's my little September flip through my reading journal. It's probably one of my favorites just because I actually like took my time with it. Let's go into my Notion and just show you guys kind of the new few things that I have going on with it. Obviously we're at the welcome back page. Let's go to all things books. And of course, let's check in with the 24 books for 2024, see if I read any this month. Well, I did end up reading Reckless, so we can check that off. 11/22/63, I read that as well, and City of Ashes. So we checked off 3 of the 24 books I want to read in 2024. Granted, I still have literally so many to go through, and the little part of my brain that is a perfectionist really wants to have all of these checked off, but then sometimes I tell myself like, don't do it just to check off the box, you know, like do it in due time. Anyway, let's move on. All of the stuff for the 2024 reads is updated. I just have to enter in the like page counts and stuff. I actually didn't fill out an August TBR, but I did fill out a September TBR, and I actually have read books that I set aside on my September TBR. Oh wait, Fragile Sanctuary. I read Fragile Sanctuary. Well, I just read 2 of them because those were books I had on my radar, and it was the end of August already and I made it, so we have that as well. I don't know if I've read any off my fall TBR, I don't think this month. Physical TBR tracker and see if I read any of my physical TBR this month. Wait, I've read one of the books in the Gold Rush Ranch. I'm going to assume that I put these in order because I read the first one. So that was like months ago, but I did read that one. I missed that one the other day when I was updating this. Okay, I feel like I'm missing stuff because right here, where did it go? Where did it go? Right here, we have like the Infernal Devices. Oh, I think I just split it up into the series. I think once it got here, I got lazy. And I was like, oh, did I finish the Infernal Devices series? Did I finish the Mortal Instruments series? The Darker Shade of Magic series? Like yeah, well, I didn't finish the entire Mortal Instruments series. I read 2 of the books this month. Let's head over to my habits tracker. I'm going to show you guys my September mood board. This is what the September mood board is looking like. To kind of explain it, I know that September is, and I keep on saying and saying and saying, like, it's the start of fall, it's the start of fall. However, I am going to go see my family, and they're going on their like once a year annual family vacation, so I am going to see them. So I put some little like beachy things, you know, I'm bringing the fall vibes to the beach. Me and my brother are experts at bringing the fall vibes to the beach because we both love fall so much. But also just some like wholesome like activities like reading and just being with friends and going to the beach and having coffee and running and walking and being active and just having fun. Like, that's all this is. That concludes my September reset. I hope you guys enjoyed. I literally cannot believe that we are already in September. Like, that is absolutely insane and wild. I don't even know. Crazy to me that that is where we're at as of now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got to your little September resets. They just make me feel so on track for the rest of the month. Like, I just always feel like a little bit, you know, like after I've done my September reset. So let me know what you guys do for your September reset. If you liked this, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff you guys know how to do. And I will see you guys when I see you.